What happens when you let your president stay too long on TikTok? He turns into a cheap-ass blogger or influencer. Because I just saw a clip of President Ruto, our commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't. Like I was hearing Sudi, but it was Ruto who was holding a microphone. And this is what happens when you hang out with the Sudis. Remember the saying, birds of the same feathers flock together? They have started flocking. They hung out too long. Now they have started flocking together because now Mr. President, our president, however much you want to deny, he's still our president, has turned into a Sudi. Sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. And to think that African culture used to emphasize that we need to respect our elders. What is there to respect? What is there to respect? If these are your parents, if these are your parents that can say things like this in public, why will you respect them? Even the Bible says parents do not anger your children. Because Gachagua and his grandfathers, they are there talking nonsense. Ruto and his people, listen. I couldn't reconcile the man with the PhD, president, symbol of unity, husband, father, probably grandfather, with what I was hearing. I couldn't. I can't believe it. I can't. You people have turned our president, no, TikTok has turned our president into a rumamonga. Because whatever he said is rumors until proven otherwise. Wow. Mr. President, stay off the internet and stop hanging out with those your Gen Z children, because clearly they're exposing you to things you are not supposed to be privy to, because look at what they have reduced you to. Now they have reduced you as a poll president that sits on the helm of the country to a cheap-ass blogger who's exposing secrets and tea on their blog. And even you, Mr. President, you're also courageous. Didn't you also cheat on your wife and had a child outside of marriage? Why were you going for Gachagua that hard? Because he was liking them younger. You went for your own age mate. African politics is disgusting, to say the least. Because people are not focusing on issues. We go after people's personal issues. And I'm actually shocked that you said Eugene Wamala's wife is for hire. I was in St. Bridget's Girls and Eugene Wamala's wife, sister, was a student there, and he used to come with her sometimes, multiple times. What do you mean she was for hire? All this time I knew her because I remember her from high school. Ah! No, sir. You cannot do this. Let the students speak for you. Tell them what to say. But you as the president, you can just pretend that, hold your mouth shut, but you know exactly what Sudi is saying is what you want to say, but you cannot say it. Don't you even respect the office that you hold? Like you want to turn into an influencer on taxpayers' money. You cannot do that. No, please. Don't do that to us, sir. Uhuru was many things, but civilized he was. Fork and knife, hanging around crowds that know how to behave. This one, I don't know how to reconcile this. I can't. I don't know these people. I don't know them. And it's good they spoke Swahili, because if this was in English, disgusting. And in civilized societies, this will actually get all these candidates disqualified, because campaign should be issue-based, not personal attacks. And these are the people that you want democracy to work for. A majority of people who can't read and write, who can't dissect issues, who don't know how to pick good leaders. For them, good leaders are the ones who are able to insult properly. Democracy should not actually work in Kenya, because a lot of us don't even know how to behave. It's actually sad. Mr. President, this one you've gone lower, and I don't know how you're going to recover from this. As for me, I sign out. I wanted you to go home. Now I don't want you to go home. I want you to go home and disappear from the internet. I don't want you anywhere near the internet. I'm going to block your page, because clearly the internet is not doing you any service.